Hello world, how you doing? This is David. Welcome to the hang once again. Thanks for joining us. Um Hope your month of coronation is going well. I know you probably might be going crazy by now, but hey, this is the time when you show whoever you're with that you're mentally tough and you won't go crazy when you're put under this kind of pressure. Um I feel like I should feel more pressure. Like I feel like I just don't give a fuck at all. Like I'm going outside, no gloves, no mask. I mean, not that I'm like chilling outside. I mean, I'm going to like the store or whatnot. Um, but yeah, I'm just not really worried. Like, I mean, as I mentioned before, like my theory of why this is necessary might be a little dark for you. So if you feel offended, you know, then sorry. But yeah, I feel like this needs to happen because it's just fucking up as a as a whole human humanity, mankind. They're just fucking things up and just consuming and not caring about anything else. So if the world really does end, or at least society does, then we'll finally be able to go back to being, hunter gatherers. We'll all learn how to hunt again, make our own food, skin our own animals, and yeah, I mean, to me, those are very good skills to have right now, or at least just get some chickens and eat eggs for the rest of the time. That's good enough, or potatoes. Yeah, like who's laughing now, huh? It's the farmers out in Nebraska. They're like, haha, look at your city folk with your supermarkets while we have all the corn we want right in our backyard. Pretty sure they have a pig or two also. Um, on a happier note, um, it's my cat's birthday. So I don't, I don't know what much is going on, to be honest. I mean, I'm just trying to give you content so you have something to listen to. Um, I'm guessing you're listening not just the podcast, but all other podcasts out there that you probably might have never listened to on the regular. But just like those other podcasts, hopefully this brings you, entertainment or knowledge or whatever it is. So yeah. Once again, if you want to follow us, on Instagram, it's the hang underscore podcast. Also a Facebook page. And yeah, just leave any comments. Maybe you can get some more episodes going with just me. Because I can't have guests. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if I want to do like the whole Skype or Zoom or Instagram live kind of episode, because it's like that kind of ruins the point. I hate it when there's two people like doing a thing, and it's like, oh well, what do you think about this? And then the other person like looks dumb as shit, just waiting to respond with that 5 second delay. They're just like, yeah. So I really don't like how that goes. It's just like it doesn't seem natural to me. Um, Even not having video right now seems kind of lame, but they'll come eventually. Don't worry. Um, in the meantime, I'm sorry, like if I sound very nasally and sick type. It's my allergies. I haven't taken my pill today, and my roommate is I'm allergic to him. By the way, if you didn't know, my roommate is a cat. Um, Shout outs. I guess once again, not many things are going on, but you can still go to Crafts by Lissa and order any customized things you might want. I know I want some, but I feel like I can afford things. Like I'm not over here like completely broke, but I'm just like in that mindset. Like I don't know when things are getting back to normal. So, and like that $100 check ain't shit, to be honest. Like, come on, that's gonna be gone in like a day. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna have like, money coming in on the regular again. So I'm just like trying to not go crazy on my spending, even though food costs money and I need that. That's why I should get my own chickens, And actually out here where I live, I randomly found chickens one day walking by in somebody's backyard. So they're smart. I wish I lived with my old neighbors because they always used to make like grow vegetables and shit. So like eggplant, squash, and I know not everybody's a fan of vegetables, but hey, that's food. And you need food to survive. So if you want to survive, you might need that. And if you don't, to be honest, I can't blame you because we all know after this it's probably gonna be better. Like this Earth shit. It's not like this. This isn't the greatest part of your journey. So if you're like, oh no, I don't want to die, I have so much to live for. Well, guess what, man or woman, there is much more out there. This plane of existence is very basic. And I'm pretty sure once you get out of your human body, you'll enjoy things a lot more. But once again, I don't want to get too down on things. I don't want to get too dark. I don't wish death upon anybody. But I'm just saying, if it happens to be you today or tomorrow or this month, don't feel so bad about it. It's okay. Let me just stop boring you with my talk, with my monologue. Let me just get to the guest. This is Jerry Rodriguez. We are both audio engineers and just generally into the music industry. He's also a musician. And he was one of the first people that came through to do an episode with me. So greatly appreciate it. Once again, once I can get to some type of computer that's powerful enough to process my hour-long videos, I'll start putting them out. But in the meantime, checking out all these podcast apps to see when I drop new episodes. I'm gonna try to do a couple of them per week, at least. And leave comments, leave suggestions. Like I said, maybe we can I'll still take remote. I'll still do remote episodes. I don't mind. We'll just have to figure it out. So, once again, thanks for listening. Spread the word and don't spread the virus. And I hope you enjoy Jerry. So yes, now we are officially live.
What's up, David?
Hi, Jerry. Yeah, you want to tell the world a little bit about who you are? Because I don't like putting labels on people. So
okay, cool. My name is Jerry, Queens native. Currently, I am a live sound engineer. Right? Is that our correct title? What we do?
Yeah.
I do live sound for shows. Currently employed at Queens Theater in the Park and other various venues around the tri-state area.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of our life.
The New York hustle.
Yeah, that's what you were saying earlier. There's no one place for us to get hired at. You have to be 50 to be an in-house engineer.
A veteran, to be an in-house. I'm trying to get the guy at Arlene's Grocery.
Oh, okay.
I forgot his name.
Nice, yeah, that's a nice place to be at.
It's steady.
Yeah, exactly. You're always gonna have work there.
There's always shows. There's always
sure.
Decent shows too. Decent groups, decent bands, artists. Or what's that other place? The The
Oh yeah, that's like around the corner.
yeah, the Rockwood Music Hall.
Yeah.
They have 3 stages or 2.
Yeah, they have like a little room, a bigger room, and then downstairs.
It's funny because like I used to work for a production company that was based on like booking shows for bands coming in and out of the city. So the way I got into engineering was I was working door.
Oh, okay.
And one of the engineers was like, "Hey, can you watch the board for me while I go out and have a smoke?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You do know how to watch a board?" Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So I was watching a board, and this band was done, and the next band came on. He still wasn't back, so I was like, "Oh shit! I guess I gotta set them up."
Yeah, that's cool.
So I set them up, and I did their sound, and the engineer of the night came back, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Do not touch my board. Don't ever do that."
Yeah.
And once he stopped yelling at me, he wasn't really like yelling at me. He was just telling me how it was. And he like once everything came down, he heard how great the band was sounding, and he was like, "Did you do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's
Yeah,
like,
nice.
"Are you looking for a gig?" I'm like, "Hell yeah! I don't want to do door." And that's how it started.
Yeah, that's how you gotta
Thank
do
you,
it, man.
Dorian. You're the man. Shout out to Dorian Wolf.
Nice.
Submarine Studios. Also BB's and I forgot what else he works. Yeah, BB's in Times Square.
Oh shit! So he must be.
No,
Pretty good.
he has
Yeah.
he's legit. He has his set gig. I think he used to work also at the Marriott. He may still do the Marriott.
Oh, okay.
He knows Washenko.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably works with him, right?
He knows Washenko. But yeah, Dorian, he's awesome. Great mentor. He took me under his wing, taught me a few things also at the Submarine Studio. We would make cables together.
Nice.
I helped them repatch one of their rooms. It was fun. I love doing that stuff. Long days, but it's totally worth it. Totally worth the experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say you definitely get a lot, especially if you're under somebody that's like knows the shit and is willing to kind of take you under their wing. It's definitely nice.
Yeah, it's always fun to work with an experienced engineer.
Right.
Like, yeah, Lawler, Washenko.
Yeah,
They
they're
have
definitely nice.
they have their methods, and it's cool to learn. Like you could adapt.
Yeah.
It helps you adapt.
Yeah, it's nice to learn from everybody because then you're able to take everybody's kind of like advice and then just
Yeah,
decide what works for you too.
Sometimes I feel like a little greedy, like take everyone's points and make it your own. Use,
Yeah, well, that's how it works, man.
add to your tool belt.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I don't have to speak so close to the mic, right?
no. I mean, you're good. I'm hearing you pretty well. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just used to like being really up close. Like,
Yeah,
that's just me. Like,
I like this.
I
This is
think
cool.
it's from like recording a lot of vocalists.
Yeah.
I'm always like, get up on the mic, man. Get up on the mic. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever at the theater, people who sing like they're like, "Oh, I can't hear myself." It's because you're holding your mic
Yeah.
below your belt. You're not gonna hear yourself if your mic's by your balls.
yeah, I did a trial run with my mom, and yeah, like right away she's holding the mic like up to the ceiling. I'm like, I can't hear you. Like you. And then I went on like a 5-minute like explanation on how like mics work and what cardio it is, phantom power, this and that.
Good old phantom power.
Yeah. Or I forgot. Like I remember somewhere else, like they called it something else. I forgot where I was, but luckily I knew what they meant because it had something to do with like they said something about voltage. I'm like,
48 volts.
yeah, 48 volts. Gotta remember that for those condensers. But yeah, these are nice dynamics. You could hit the shit out of them, and it'll be fine. Like I don't know if you ever done like studio recordings.
I've done a couple.
Okay, have you seen these used in studios? Yeah, so I like it when you put them inside the bass cabinet.
Yeah.
Like that's like a super warm sound. Like this mic already gives it that sound,
Mm-hmm.
but once you put it in there, it's like you're already taking out the room,
Yeah.
So it's not as like spacious, It's like kind of like how you want to base the sound in your recording. Yeah, for sure.
I should get more in the studio. I don't know. I really like doing live because it's always different. It's never the same.
Yeah. You always have to be on your like feet.
The only
For
time
sure.
it's the same is like if you're doing a production. And
Oh, right, and they
it's
come back the same day.
Yeah,
Okay, I know.
for the whole week. Otherwise, I love doing random shit every single day.
Yeah, it's nice. It like makes you think for once. Yeah, I mean, not that I don't like live, but I mean, I first got this got into this field because I wanted to just live in studios, like recording studios, to be honest. Like, I just wanted to record music on a daily basis, make songs, make them sound good. But then, you know, it's like live is not that different.
Isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Not at all.
The only difference is like, it's open space.
Yeah.
And like you hear things that, in my opinion, like it's easier to catch things because it's so open and like you're like, oh, that doesn't sound right. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Same thing with the studio, honestly. It's a closed space and like you said, it's not that much different at all.
Yeah. The only thing I think is you just, I mean, obviously in a studio you got to think quick as well, but you do have a little more room for error. So if a take goes wrong, you can always just redo it.
Yeah.
It's not like you were going to run out of tape, you know.
And yeah, versus like live.
Yeah. It's
if
like,
something goes wrong, you better act upon it quick.
Right.
Or you're fired.
Yeah, exactly. And then the worst part is all the audience is going to hear your mistakes too.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes it's the band's
Yeah,
fault.
for sure.
I've had times where it's like the guitarist unplugs
Yeah.
without, like, it's my fault for not paying attention, but at the same time, like, he just yanks his cable out,
Yeah.
switches guitars, and all you hear is
kills everything. Yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, the funniest thing I think I've seen is when it's like, well, it's probably not the craziest, it's just the most recent one when the guitarist, like they start the show, the guitarist is not hearing himself, and then he's like, turn me up, and I'm like, you're on, you're just not coming in. You must not have your like guitar or amp turned on. Like,
Yeah. It's that, like, their amp's not even on, or if they're using a DI, the switch is off.
right.
Were you doing the Capulli show?
Yeah.
At Queen's Theater?
Right.
Did you do that Capulli show? Was that you or was that Maya? Oh, I forgot Maya too. Shout out to Maya.
Yeah. Gotta bring her on this too.
I well, it was like one of the it was like this also this string instrument. I don't know what it's called. It wasn't a violin. It was something
Oh,
else.
that's right. Yes. I think I might have been there, but it's called not something with a B. It's like yeah, I forgot. Give me a second, real quick. Keep going.
Her DI box was low on battery, and then, like, she was blaming us that we didn't have. No, she wasn't really blaming us. I don't want to say blaming. She was asking us like, "Oh, like, why am I not hearing myself? I'm playing really loud." And I was like, "Is there something wrong with your DI?" She's like, "No, my DI is perfect." And I leave the soundboard and I go downstairs and I'm like, "Your battery's flashing like it's low." He's like, "Do you have extra batteries?" Luckily, we were always stacked with those 9 volts.
Oh yeah.
That was the only problem. It was just a low 9 volt, and she thought it was just like us. She was like, "Oh, is there something wrong with the sound, like this the board or something?" I'm like, "No, this board is pristine." and like she made me like I was checking the channels. Like, it could be the channels. The channels could be fucked up. Something could be loose. I was like, I texted Lawler and I'm like, "Did you repatch anything without me knowing?" And like I'm checking the patches and everything's fine. I'm switching XLRs because our XLRs sometimes are crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, it was her fucking DI box that was.
Yeah,
wrong.
you tend to bring. I mean, when people are on the road, like I can't. Like they have to understand that they're on the road and they're just unpacking their equipment. They're bound to like, slam it or something or just run out of battery.
Yeah, screw something up.
Like
It happens.
And then it's even worse when they have legit shitty equipment. Like they pay like $10 for a DI box or something, and it's like, did you get this from the '80s? Like,
I'm gonna get my lighter real quick.
yeah. Oh, actually, I have one right here.
Oh, you do? Oh, bang.
Nice. You had a little assistance, but it looks nice for sure. Nice. But yeah. So when you first started working, you said you worked at a studio, right?
No, the first time it was at a venue in the Lower East Side.
Oh, right, yeah. And that one was at Rockwood?
No, Left Field on Ludlow. Yeah, they're closed down. They went out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They lost their lease.
Yeah.
So it was on the Lower East Side. So most of the, not all the shows, but the booking agency that I worked for,
Oh, okay.
a lot of the shows were at those clubs in the Lower East Side. The Exile, Above 2A, Berlin, Arlene's Groceries, Pianos.
Yeah, so like all those in that
All that in that little
quadrant, yeah.
like 3-block radius.
Yeah, it's
and,
funny.
and it's fun because like it was cool because I would leave the booking agency from Brooklyn, take the train into the Lower East Side, and I would go to like 3 different venues in one night.
Oh, nice.
And it was all in a block radius. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was working till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, but it was all in a block radius, and I would leave with like $800, $900 cash in one night.
yeah,
and I
not
was
bad for like what were you, like in your late teens or something?
I was underage too. So I was 18. It was like from 18, 19 when I was actually 19, not 18. So I was 19 when I started doing that, and it was funny because I wasn't getting ID'd. I was hanging out at the bar with all these musicians and like just learning stories about like what it was like to be a musician. The whole thing behind it, it's like I didn't want to do sound. I wanted to play music, and because doing sound from my own band and like setting up for my own band helped me. Like that's how I got into doing sound, and I owe it to that. I owe it to music.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty.
Just-
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
I was just like hearing stories with like Dorian telling me stuff when he was my age, working in the Lower East Side, and how he got to where he was today. And I think he told me it's not who you know, it's like who knows you.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good way. That's a good.
Yeah, because he was
saying
like,
for sure.
because like people forget, and he's like, you got to make sure you're fucking. He's like, you got to make sure you're nosy, And I was nosy. I would badger him a lot. I'm sorry, Dorian. I would badger him all the time. Like, yo, any work, and he's like, listen, man, I gotta pay bills myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't give you all the work. But no, he really helped me out, and I appreciate it. He gave me like my footnotes. I wish I had the same work ethic as I did back then, because right now I got a little lazy, but now it's time to pick up the grind again.
Yeah, he's got to get hungry again. That's really what it is. And
Yeah. Well, I am hungry. But yeah, hungrier, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I guess there's like different levels. You can only eat so much at a certain point in your life, kind of thing. But it's funny because I probably like somehow or some way ran into you back then, because that's where I'm from. I'm from that area. And what the fuck? Hold on. Check. Okay, cool. My fault. But yeah, I'm from that area, and I always used to go to those exact places that you're mentioning, like Pianos, Arlene's Grocery, like just that like area between Houston, Delancey, and then like what is it, like Christie and
Orchard.
Essex? Orchard, yeah. That whole area, like that's where I grew up, and then I used to just go to all those bars, all those venues all the time, and like you said, hop from one to the other throughout the night.
Because they're so close.
Yeah,
It's like right. It's like you're at Arlene's and you walk out, and like up the block is Pianos.
Yeah.
I think right across the street there's Pianos, and there's always like the best. I don't want to say the best pizza, but there's like decent pizza in there.
Yeah, very good pizza.
And it was funny because I would see bands who I would idolize. Like I'm gonna name a few, like What Moon Things or Porches, Self Defense Family. I would see like those guys hanging out in that area. I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. I don't want to do sound anymore. I want to play shows.
Yeah.
And I, through the booking agency, I got my band a couple of shows, but it was hard because it was hard to draw people. It's all about who, in those areas. If you're a musician and you want to play shows, it's all about the fucking draw, which sucks because you can't get your friends to come out every Thursday night to see you play. Only like maybe 5 or 10 people would come out. Yeah. And, Arlene's wanted to see like 40.
Right.
Pianos wanted to see like 50. And I did a show, I did a tour with my friend Danny Marino and my friend David. We did a Burroughs tour, and we actually got to play Pianos. And it was fun to like actually go in and not have to work and not have to report to anybody, not have to speak with the house manager. I was just going in, I'm like, where the fuck are my drink tickets? And like, where's the sound guy? Because I want to, I want to meet with him so I could, probably get a job.
Yeah. I mean, always gotta like everywhere you go. I mean, especially I feel like it's easy for you because you're definitely an outgoing person, but you definitely got to be that like on that
Thank you, man.
mindset
Yeah.
all the time, especially in this industry, man.
Tip your engineers.
Oh wow!
Even if you don't have enough, like if it's like
Wise
$5,
words.
$10, like you don't know what he's going through. Like
Yeah, man.
I had this guy from fucking Montana in a metal band, right? A metal band from Montana.
Yes.
They look like fucking Vikings. Well, Montana. They were these huge dudes, but like down to earth, modest. I wish I remember the name of the band. I was having a shit night, and they tipped me like $10, and like that $10 really like helped me
yeah,
because like
it's more like the gesture, I guess.
yeah.
like they show the appreciation.
And I know I wasn't getting paid that night because it wasn't payday, and I really needed like something to eat. And I was like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do?
good.
Like, I don't want to beg the bartender for like some cash." And
Yeah.
this guy, he's like, "Yo, thank you for helping us out. Like, this is not much, but this is all we have." I'm like, "Dude, you came from Montana,
Right.
in a fucking van. You guys didn't get paid at all tonight, and you're giving me $10. Like, let me get you some free like liquor because
Yeah,
like I know
nice.
the bartender, and like I got him some like a shot each, all 5 guys a shot each,
Yeah.
and a fucking IPA."
Nice,
You know?
nice. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I feel like unfortunately New York. I don't want to say like.
We're mean.
Yeah.
We're
I
fucking-
didn't want to say it, but yeah, man.
I'll say it. We're fucking mean.
yeah, dude, it's like
We could be a bit nicer. I mean, there's some some New Yorkers are pretty cool. I don't want to say all of them.
Yeah, but as far as like us and just people in general that engineer, like I feel like the whole industry is just so underpaid.
It is.
Yeah, it's like we're actually like skillful at something very specific, and yet you get less than the fucking pencil pusher. at the
Pencil pushers
office. yeah,
or even like, no offense to people who rip tickets, but like the ushers.
yeah,
The ushers get paid more than us. And
yeah. It's crazy, dude.
we're there at like, if it's a 5:00 p.m. show, we're there at 6 a.m. setting
Yeah.
up for the 5 p.m. show.
Right.
And talent doesn't show up till 4 p.m. And like ushers don't show up till 4:30.
Right, yeah.
And they're getting paid more than us. I mean, yeah, they're working less hours, but why are they getting paid more than us?
You're right. Yeah, we definitely have to do more like brain work, physical work.
Yeah. Although I'm a sound engineer, I never thought I would do so much labor,
Yeah,
so much
definitely, dude.
heavy ass lifting and unloading trucks. I'm not saying I hate doing it. It beats the gym,
Yeah, that's
but
like- yeah,
you
get
sure
paid
do
to-
leave sore as fuck.
Sweat, yeah.
You know, and sometimes you're never prepared for it. Sometimes you're not prepared for doing a hard day. You know, when I'm set for a 16-hour call, I make sure I have everything. You know,
Yeah,
I make
for
sure I
sure.
have my French press ready to go to travel with me.
Yeah.
Make sure I have all my drugs. You know, my Advil. That's it.
Oh, okay.
And, my 10 water bottles, everything. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I know it's gonna be a long day. Like that that film shoot that I did with AJ. Shout out to AJ.
For sure. I did one too. It was technically commercial, but yep.
Shout out. We drove to Maryland, and AJ is a producer who really cares about the crew.
Yeah.
He
understands. That's why
He really
yeah.
puts his crew before himself. Like, he would make sure everyone else was comfortable before he was comfortable. And like that's why like I respect AJ a lot. Like he's a genuine fucking human being. And even his crew, like I didn't meet one fucking prick on that crew.
Yeah, that's
Everyone was fucking chill. Everyone was cool. I got along. We had laughs. I didn't meet one fucking prick. The only prick that I met on that trip was the guy at the gas station, and he wasn't even part of the crew.
Yeah, you don't count.
Everyone who I picked up in Brooklyn, I'm trying to remember their names. I think it's Harry, Tom, Miwa. I feel like I'm forgetting some other people, but everyone was fucking genuine and awesome, and that's like the crew that I want to be part of. That's like the workspace that I want to be
Yeah,
part
for
of.
sure.
And it makes when you're part of a crew like that, it's not even work.
Right. Yeah,
You're doing something you
at all.
love. And we were doing calls to like maybe I think the latest call we did was like 3 a.m. Everybody in the crew was out. Nobody was away. Nobody was resting. Even the actors were pulling it. And like, you know, you don't hear about talent usually pulling it, but even the talent for that crew,
they're
the
usually
talent
like,
was
"No,
amazing.
that's it," yeah.
And we were out. I think we started our day like at 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I started my day at fucking at 7 a.m. But
Nice.
everyone else, like, I think it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and we were out shooting till 2 a.m. And we didn't have dinner till like maybe 1:45 because
wow,
we
okay.
were doing so good that when we brought dinner over, we were like, wait, we
Yeah, you
can't
didn't even
stop
wanna
what we're
break
doing.
the flow.
Like, we can't break the
Yeah.
flow. We have a good steady flow. Let's do it. Let's kill it. And we did. Like, dude, I love that crew.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, that's when you're not even like thinking of what time it is or like
yeah,
how much
nobody
longer
was
do we
looking.
have to
Nobody
be
was looking
here?
at their
Yeah.
watches. Nobody was looking. Like, we were just working. You know,
Yes.
we were taking our little breaks here and there, but we were just like working straight. And it was, you know, I would do it again. It's hard work, but I would. It's
Yeah,
worth
man.
it. It's worth the experience.
It was in the fall. Is that correct?
Yep, right before Halloween.
Yeah. So it's definitely cold out there.
It's-
at 1 and 2
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I was freezing my gonads.
so
I was in
that's-
my truck, sitting down for like at least like 45 minutes just to warm up to go right back outside again, and you know, and that's the thing. Like when you're working on a set like that and you're working for so long, we're human. We're human. So like tensions rise, people are gonna lose their cool, but like, you know, we all kept it together, and even people who are known for, you know, bursting their top were keeping their cool. You know, I'm not a patient. I try to be patient, but I was just like, listen, man, like, there's something I could do. Like, we have to finish this. We leave tomorrow at 4 p.m. Like, we have to finish this.
Oh yeah.
Like, we have to finish this. And we were supposed to be up the next day at, I think, 9, but we're like, yo, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're going to get back to the place. By the time we go to sleep, it's like 4.
Yeah.
Let's wait. Let's aim
It's
for
like
12.
nothing,
Let's
yeah.
set it for 12. And, you know, AJ bought all of us breakfast we had a chef make us breakfast.
Oh,
But
cool.
like, AJ bought us extra coffee, and I went to go pick it up. I went to the coffee shop. I'm like, listen, man, can you put like 14 shots of espresso in each basin? And he's like, you want espresso mixed with the coffee? I'm like, yeah, put some
Nice.
put some espresso. And he's like, that's gonna be extra charge. I'm like, yo, here's my card. Like,
Yeah.
put the extra shots of
Yes,
espresso.
that's mad.
And like, when we had the coffee, like, the crew was like, oh, I hope it's not light, and they poured it. Like, yeah, this is like strong coffee. I'm like, I put espresso in the
Yeah.
coffee to wake you guys up, you know, because we were all like dragging our feet.
Yeah, man. But you know that works. I mean, honestly, I'm not a big coffee guy. Like, I do it because I know, I know the effects, and sometimes it's needed. Like,
You're no dummy.
yeah. I know you're definitely a coffee guy though.
I recently became a coffee
okay.
guy. I've never asked anyone that I know.
Dude, anybody who has a French press is a coffee guy.
Everyone who carries a French press, they love coffee. No, I buy it. I bring it so I don't have to buy coffee. I bring my own.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Man. I buy coffee.
Because there was a time where I was like going to Starbucks every day, and it was just like, yo, this shit adds up.
Take a toll, man.
That adds-
Especially with Starbucks.
I had a teacher, this chem teacher. He had Starbucks every single day, and it wasn't like a big Starbucks. It was just like probably like a latte or whatever, and every single day. And I told him, like, how much did you pay for that? And he's like, $5 or like $5.50. Like, I'm gonna round it to $6 every day. That's like, maybe, I'm not really good at math, but it's like almost.
Yeah, that's a ton of
It's
money.
like a ton of
Think
money.
about it in
I
one
don't have
week.
to. I'm not giving you a specific amount, but it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
shit ton of money, and so I go to the market, buy a pound of my coffee of choice, Fairway.
Oh, okay,
Italian,
yeah, they got a lot of options.
Yeah, I get the Italian roast, or if I'm feeling like a baller, like let's say it's a good payday,
Yeah.
I get the Hawaiian roast, which is like $100 a
yeah.
pound, but like sometimes they have it
Heard
on
that.
sale for like 40 something. But like, yeah, if it's like a good payday, I get that. But I stick to the Italian roast. That's my coffee. Now Fairway's going out of business. I don't know.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard.
That's crazy.
So that's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah, I'm surprised because Fairway gets a lot of customers.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I know, like I worked at a Fairway before, and
Really?
it's busy,
Yeah. No, Fairway's a cool market.
Yeah, I'm glad I worked there. Even though the fucking cashier, I mean, yeah, the market itself was good. I could get a discount and things there, so it was worth it.
How do you feel about Trader Joe's?
think I like Whole Foods more. I guess because they're green and that's my favorite color. But I mean, I think the vibe in Whole Foods is a little better to me.
I like Whole Foods.
Yeah. I mean, it's really the same thing to me. But
It's weird
it's
because
the
like
vibe.
my aunt always shopped at Whole Foods when I was a kid, and her kids also. And so going to Whole Foods as a kid was like, it was a long ass trip because it was the only one I think that I know of in this area is Long Island.
Yeah, back then it probably wasn't like as around as it is now.
As around as it is. So this was like Long Island going towards like when you take Northern straight up past Manhasset.
Oh yeah,
Like right around there, there's a Whole Foods and like a Benihana. And, like
you're right.
that was the one. I like Whole Foods. I like their choices and shit like that. It's a little expensive,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, to me, I mean, to you, what is the difference between
Trader Joe's and Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's for me, I get more bang for my buck.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really big on frozen food at all, but I've tried a couple of frozen dinners. Not frozen dinners, but like entrees at doesn't make sense. It's redundant. Frozen like sides or whatever you want to call it from Trader Joe's. And I was like, it's not bad. And like I've recently started shopping at Trader Joe's. I usually used to go to like Stop and Shop or Waldbaum's when Waldbaum's was the thing, and now or like A&P, but they got bought out by Key Food, so now it's
okay, so that's why there's more
Food
Key Foods,
Universe. Yeah, it's Food Universe and like Key Food. This is like I don't know what every borough
around
is like.
here.
This is like Queen. We're talking about local Queens.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't have like Food Line around here.
Yeah, I mean there was a C-Town around here, and there was also
I grew up around the C-Town.
my mom used to take us to my mom and dad. We would go to Trade Fair in Elmhurst or Food Bazaar on Queens Boulevard. Food Bazaar, I used to fucking hate going to Food Bazaar because it was fucking crowded. Dude,
Yeah,
Food Bazaar was like a
big
fucking
place, though.
it was a fucking airport, but you would get everything for like let's say you get like fucking
I
10
remember going
mangoes
to the
for
one in
$1.
Bushwick, yeah.
Yeah. The one in Bushwick my mom would go to because my mom used to teach
I
at Bushwick High
live
School.
There. Next to not next to it, but like a couple blocks down. It was a big place. And then I remember going into the frozen food section as a kid. But yeah, man. So
Well, yeah,
you-
Trader Joe's.
you used to live in like around Elmhurst then?
No,
Or
I was
you lived around here.
I lived around. I was
Yeah.
born here. I was actually born
Well,
somewhere.
here, by the way, is like Flushing, Fresh Meadows.
Flushing, Fresh Meadows. I wasn't born in Queens. I was born in Long Island. Like
Oh, okay.
I lived in Queens.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a fucking difference. I was born in New York.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
I was
man.
born in-
I was born in Manhattan. I
Yeah.
lived here, so I'm just really a New Yorker.
I was born in Queens, New York. Grew up visiting so I had family basically all over the 5 boroughs. I had family in
Okay.
Yonkers, I had family in Delancey, I had family
Yes,
in Washington
Staten Island.
Heights, family in Elmhurst. Like we were I was home in Queens a lot, but we were also like my parents would take us out a lot.
Yeah, that's a good thing about like having family.
Yeah,
around.
like
It's a good
we would
thing.
go like on day trips. Like every Saturday, we were always doing something. And like I didn't go to the World Trade Center, but we took a boat to Ellis Island, and we were right there by the
Okay.
World Trade Center.
Yeah, I got to go up. I remember it. It was really cool.
Nice.
All the way up there.
I actually went there the year before it went. Like I think 2 years before it went
Yeah,
down.
me too. I think.
But going to the city wasn't going into like places like the Empire State Building or the World Trade Center. It was hanging out in Thompson Square Park.
Oh yeah, man.
skateboarding
That's
and
what I'm
playing
saying. Like, how did
basketball.
I not see you before, dude? Because
I definitely met you like as a kid.
yeah, that's the park I
Um,
always went to. That was the closest one.
Dude, that's the park, and they were gonna close it down this year.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
crazy,
that.
yeah.
If you're gonna close it down to rebuild it and make it better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if
sure.
you're gonna close it down to put a high rise,
So many people
Yeah.
go there, dude. Like,
if you're gonna put it
So many
up,
people
if
go.
you're gonna put up a building in that park, then you should get your toes smashed by a cab.
yeah. That's one that's got to stay.
Yeah, they should rebuild. They should if they're gonna rebuild a skate park.
Yeah, they had a skate park down the street from that. Not down the street, but like a couple blocks from there. Like it was the back of a high school, and they remade it to a state park. on like
Oh,
12th Street. I don't know if you ever went. Like 12th Street between First and A.
First,
But it was cool. Like they graffiti the whole thing. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't got.
talking about
Yeah.
LES skate park.
Yeah, it's probably like what? Yeah.
I think no, it's definitely still there. It's
Yeah.
totally still there, man.
Yeah, like, there's no. It's not. But yeah, it was just used to be like regular. Like that whole back area was nothing, and now it's like some grass and then like garden
Yeah,
in the back.
if they're
and then
gonna
the
if they're gonna
basketball
let
courts.
a space go to shit, and you know those empty lots around Brooklyn
Yeah.
that's just like
plenty
the
of-
grass basically came through the concrete, like it's abandoned. Why not build a beautiful park for the locals, for like the New Yorkers, for the people? Because like parks get so crowded. Like if you have a variety of parks, I mean, we have a lot, but we could have more.
Yeah, it should
More
be.
parks.
instead of buildings. It's like, where are you gonna get your oxygen from?
Yeah, exactly. Queens Theater is like
Nice.
one of the few parks that has like a shit ton of trees. Everything is
I
going
think it's
out.
probably the second biggest one in New York. But
They should put a Central Park skate park.
we have a lot of spaces for that. Yeah.
They could build another Maloof at Queens. I remember in 2010 when they put that shit up for the Maloof competition. I went to that shit and I was just like, "This is gonna be fun to skate later." I wasn't competing because I wasn't a fucking amateur, but I was just like, "This is good. This is like
When was it?
2010,
Oh,
2010.
wow. So it was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Shit.
10 years ago. Holy
Yeah.
shit. It's 15. Wow. That. I was hoping they were going to make it bigger and make it better, not styrofoam. Lawler was telling me that they have pieces of the styrofoam from 2010 in the state pavilion.
Oh man, everything is in there.
Remember those props that you, and Tyler brought into the
Yeah.
was that guy,
Been there a
that crew
couple
guy,
times.
Tyler? What was his name?
Yeah, you're right.
Tyler. We brought all that shit, and Nate took a hand slam that day.
On the door or something.
No, like a piece of he was lifting some wood. It was me, Tyler, and Nate slipped, and the whole thing went down.
Yeah, fell on his hand.
And his hand was like, and Nate worked his whole entire shift.
Yeah,
I didn't hear him
I worked that, and and I didn't even. I was not aware.
Shout out to Nate, dude. He's a fucking.
Yeah, wow.
He's legit.
That's dedication, man.
Dude, I saw the whole thing just like boom, and he lifted it up, and he was just like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" And I know Tyler saw it, but Tyler didn't say anything. Tyler was just like, "Oh."
Like, I
Well,
would've-
Tyler also hurt his hand over the summer. I heard too.
Oh, okay. Working.
Gantries.
You guys, yeah.
Not working with me. They
Oh.
called me because they gave it to Tyler, and they were like, "Yo, how do you feel about working gantries?" And I was just like, "Am I getting paid more, or is it like through the theater?" And they're like, "Ooh, we'll ask Chris." I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." Sorry, Chris. Shout out to Chris. If I'm mentioning any, forgetting anybody, all love. And I was like, "I'll take it," and it was me, Obey the Lawler, and a couple of days I did it with Washenko.
Yeah, probably trying to do it too, but good thing you got this.
They would have called you too.
Yeah, I wasn't working that often back then. Yeah.
But it wasn't like every day. It was every Tuesday of the month. I actually worked with a friend of yours. I forgot her name. I could just look her up. She works through Queens Theater. Not Queens Theater, I'm sorry. Koffenberg. What's her name? I think her name's Eva.
Probably show me a picture. I could confirm.
I have no service.
Yeah, I don't. Damn. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
That's right.
But yeah, gantries every Tuesday. It was fun. Dude, I have videos from gantries.
Was it hot? Yeah, it had to be.
Oh,
right?
dude, it was like 89, but 100% humidity.
Yep.
Right
Going
by
to
the
New York.
right in Gantry State Park, on the water.
Yeah.
There was a day
Even
that
worse.
FDNY were using their boats,
Oh, and they were spraying you.
and they were spraying. They were like testing it in the water, but we got all the spray from their fucking hoses. Oh, I got a spark of service. It was August, right?
Right.
Jazz
Okay.
fusion band. But it was so hot, dude. I was sweating bullets, and I was wearing a black T-shirt,
Yeah, 'cause
a
that's
Black
what you
Queen
kinda
Cedar
have to
T-shirt.
wear. Who's mixing this?
Me and Lawler.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, because it's outdoors, so we different beats gotta deal with.
Yo, miking outdoors. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's just doing sound outdoors. All right, so when you're doing Gantry State Park, you're dealing with the open,
Right, yeah, it's
open
right next to
air.
the water,
It's
man.
right next. It's right on the water. So, through the like on the pier, like on the dock right there. Here, I'll show you. So right there, where there's like live wire, there's water being spouted out. Like,
Oh yeah, 'cause it's a dock.
so we have
Yeah,
our
it's
mixer
wood.
covered, and here. So like right there, right in front of the drum kit. I'm gonna go back. I was setting up the drum kit and I put the rug on. I'm squatting. Water just goes right on my ass. And Law was like, "Yeah, watch out. There's water. There's like high tide." So you're dealing with
How?
the elements
So
out
like,
there.
how many feet away was the
That's like
backmost? Like,
10-foot waves hitting the pier,
okay.
and like it was just like making the water rise up. Not 10-foot
Oh.
waves. That's ridiculous. Let's bring it down a bit. Maybe like 3 or 4 feet. And also the library right there on Gantry's opened that day.
oh yeah,
That's a new
that's
library
a-
they opened in LIC right there. See that?
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh.
so when we're setting up, we get there at
Yeah.
3 p.m. for it's a 7 p.m. show. Only 1 hour. I want to protest that it should be 2 hours.
It should
No,
not.
It should be 2
Oh.
hours, not 1 hour. Because it takes us so long to fucking set up. For an hour show, it's not worth it.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Lawler and
that's-
I-
Yeah, that's.
Lawler and I get there at 3, and the show's at 7. We're done with our setup, 4:30, and then we just wait till fucking 6:45 till the band shows up to do their sound. I don't like that. I like, if the band can come early and then just hang out, do sound check,
Yeah.
and then a 7.
Hope they-
Sunset's
really
usually
do that.
8:30, and we don't want to work in the dark, so make the show earlier and make the show from 6 to 7, 6 to 7, 7 to 7:30, an hour and a half. Give us at least an hour and a half. Come on, Kuffenberg.
That's what it was through. Oh, okay.
The Kuffenberg Center of Arts. R.I.P. Vivian Charlotte, right? I think that was her last name.
Right.
I found out she passed away last year.
Yeah, I remember I was still over there.
So we were using that. Have you seen this mixer before?
Oh. I take away
Oh.
the thing. Oh.
Gotta go back. There you go.
Yeah, so it's like, it looks like every input's being.
Oh, that's the person. Oh, I should go back.
Oh, the person you said, I know.
That lady right there. She works through Kuffenberg. I forgot her name.
You said Eve?
I don't even know. I'll find out again this
Yeah.
summer if I'm working
That's all right.
Gantry's. What else? Mixing outside. So yeah, you're dealing with traffic. Not really. Actually, no. It's Long Island City on the pier, so it's like traffic's a
Yeah.
bit farther away from you. But
And it's slow.
the most important thing is the most annoying thing is the wind. So like you have winds coming into these mics really fast. You can't control nature, so like you're just trying to fucking mix, and you have like musicians telling you, oh, like it's not loud enough. Like yeah, if you raise it louder, it's gonna pick up the wind. So you gotta work with musicians, and you gotta work with egos to make sure like
Yeah,
you don't blow your
definitely
fucking
gotta be a
speakers.
babysit-
You don't want to blow
babysitter
horns.
kinda-
What you were saying? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I'm just saying you kind of sometimes got to be a babysitter or like
Yeah.
a therapist. Like I don't know what you call it.
Baby can't have his bottle now.
Yeah.
You gotta
she's
wait.
Like, I'm trying to help, but There's some restrictions.
Yeah, you know, we worked with this guy, this Grammy Award-winning artist, Carlos Uno Dos Tres. I think it's like a children's songwriter. He won best
okay.
songwriter for like children's music in the Grammy Awards, and also he won like best new artist in like I think other Grammys
And like
or other awards.
Yeah.
All I know is like, anyways, so it was a show that Washenko and I were on, and this is so minor. Like there was no problems with the sound, but you know Washenko asked me, he's like, "Hey, do you have an auxiliary so you could play some music? Because we're gonna be here for like 4 hours without music until like the band comes."
Yeah.
We were done setting up at like 3:30. No, that's early. I want to say like 4:30. We were done, and Jay was with us, and so we're like, "Yeah, we don't have an auxiliary that goes to the mixer." Again, this is so fucking minor. This is not any like a big deal, but just to be in silence for 4 hours sucks. Right?
Oh wow, you guys didn't even have an aux.
Well, we had one, but it didn't. We couldn't get it into the jack. Like we didn't have like a
like a 1/4-inch adapter.
1/4-inch adapter or anything. So like Jay is like, I'm gonna walk to the CVS and see if I could find something. So Jay went to go find.
Yeah,
one.
that's the closest.
That's the closest
type of
like,
store.
type of store that would have some random sound shit. Not even like. And then he's like, I don't see shit. And I'm like, fuck. So I had one that kind of fit, but it wouldn't lock on. It was for my headphones.
Okay.
It just wouldn't. I don't have it. It's with my headphones. It just wouldn't lock in. So. You know those ones that with like those big rubber ends to it? Those auxiliaries, like they have a, not like this, but it's like bigger than the one you have right there.
Okay.
Like this white one.
Yeah.
It's like fatter. It's like one of those big sound ones.
Oh, okay.
So I take my knife and I start whittling it so it could fit.
Oh, okay.
And I locked in, but it was only a single. We needed a left and a right. So we only, like, it was just a fucking mess.
Yeah, whatever you could do just to get some type of sound.
Yeah. And then back to what I was talking about with the Carlos Uno Dos Tres. I'm guessing that's his name. I totally forgot what it was. He was, you know, that's what I'm talking about, like being like when you were talking about being friendly with your, with the musicians and stuff like that and getting out there. I asked him, and I was like, "Yo, you don't have like pre-show music?" And he was like, "Yeah, I have an auxiliary jack." And he had like this really beautiful dual nylon threaded 10-foot auxiliary jack. And he was like, "Yeah, I just bought this on tour." And I was like, "That is what we need. Do you mind if we use it?" And he was like, "Absolutely." And like, you know, I was like, "You're just making this day better."
Yeah,
because
wow.
although
That's
it was
great.
like only for like an hour, but still, like it made the 3 hours go by fast.
Nice.
I'm just sitting there like this, sitting there like
just watching.
I told Mike, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go
waves.
get food." And I went to, so the thing with gantries, I'm talking away from the mic now. Gantry is the bathroom so far away, and so like, it's a 20-minute walk.
Oh yeah.
Not even 20-minute walk. It's like if it's a leisure walk, 20 minutes. If it's like a fast walk, like 7-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So like it was just silence for you can imagine like no music. I had music playing on my phone, but not through the speakers. I was just listening to music right there, and it was like just sitting there.
Crazy,
and Mike's
right?
like, Mike's like, "I'm gonna go for a walk too." Jay was reading a book, or I think Jay was doing paperwork or something. I don't know.
That's funny, man. That's a good. I mean,
I'm just
Even-
grateful it
even
was end
though-
of August.
yeah. I was gonna say, even though like some annoying stuff, it's still good to like do things like that. You know, like shit out of the ordinary.
You get paid
Definitely
for it.
gets you, yeah.
You get paid for it.
Definitely
Mike
gets
was
you
telling me
better,
that he
too.
would charge like Queen's Theater wouldn't. So like Queen's Theater would pay us like what, 25 or something like that an hour to do that. When if you do it freelance, you could charge at least like 50 an hour to work
yeah.
outdoors.
Something like that, yeah. It definitely should be higher than the usual.
Did Mike ever tell you about his
Even
production
harder.
company, Lawler?
I don't think so.
He has a production company. If he asks me to do a show this summer, I'm going to ask him if I could bring you along because
Yeah,
it depends.
Honestly,
Honestly, it depends on his partner. Who Mike doesn't pay us out. Well, Mike does pay us out, but it's split between him and his partner. So his partner Tommy, he likes me. He fucks with me. He gave me like, I think like 600 to do that Louis Armstrong show,
Oh, okay.
and it was 600 from 9 a.m. to like fucking 3 o'clock. Not bad payout.
Yeah.
Like when you for like a Saturday
all day. Yeah.
Saturday thing, but it wasn't like all day.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like from 9 a.m. to 3. Music was from 11 to 3, but it was like 9 a.m. we got there, and we did. It was 2 live bands, jazz and salsa bands. Because it was the Louis Armstrong house on like the week of his birthday or something.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So-
That makes sense.
It was right after I came back from camping. So I went camping from the 11th through the 20th, the 23rd, and this is the 24th. This is the Saturday when I came back.
Oh, that's outdoors too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They closed down the whole street, so it was easy. But there was a house party down the block. They were playing like merengue.
Yeah.
So we had to go over there and be like, yo, listen, we're having a show. Can you like for this period of time can you not play music?
And it's in like Corona, right?
Yeah, it's Flushing Corona.
Yeah. If I live there, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of random. Like, why is there a concert outside of my building?
Yeah, no, I explained to them like it's Louis Armstrong's birthday, so we're having a concert.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's free, everybody come.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. Like, the museum looks just like a regular building.
It's a house.
Yeah.
It's his house.
Exactly.
And so his neighbor donated the house, her house. So they use her house as an office, and
Yeah.
then they just keep his house. You know, that's like pretty cool, pretty sweet.
Yeah.
This guy right there, he actually works there.
The trumpet.
The guy with the name tag,
Oh, okay, yeah.
with the lanyard, him playing trumpet.
Yeah.
But he knew that chick right there from school, from Juilliard, and do look.
Her right there.
Yeah. And now and she was like, oh, can we, last minute, she was like, can we mic this guy? I was like, of course. Why not? Fuck
Yeah,
you.
why can't I hear him, by the way?
You're going to hear
I saw
shit.
him playing, but I guess he wasn't playing. Like, yeah, he probably wish we could show people this. Yeah, if you send it to me, I show the people listening. Yeah. I don't know if that helps, but.
Is he going to fucking...
All right. I thought he did already, but I didn't really hear it. Yeah, because he definitely did something.
I don't know.
Oh, well, it's alright.
Oh, I
He
saw
works
this-
there. I'll just go ask him.
I saw that the other day. It's a fucking hilarious.
Nice. Yeah, dude.
How long have you been on?
Probably an hour and a half.
You want to pause and see
About-
where...
Actually, I have to go soon.
Oh, okay.
I do have to work at 5. Which is not.
We should
Gotta
we
get
should
back.
we should cut this and then see.
Let me just see how much time. Yeah. Oh, 50. Okay, that's all right.
That's not bad.
Yeah. But you know, finish that off. But anything in particular you wanna like put out there?
Put out there.
No, just advice. I don't know. Anything you want.
Good question. Good question. Tip your sound engineers.
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
Love yourself. And what's I should leave with 3, right? What's a good third one? Love everyone. Love yourself. Love everyone. Tip your sound engineers.
Yes, I agree with all 3. All right, man. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave. I want to do another one.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely stay doing this.
Thank you for having me
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'll have you again soon.
as your guest.
Yes, definitely, everybody. This is Jerry.